Happy day two of the first week of high school, guys. It's nice to see you all again. And I hope that yesterday was encouraging and you guys are a little bit more familiar with what your junior year and freshman year is going to be like. I'm sure the sub mentioned this at the end of class yesterday, but I just wanted to take a moment to mention this as well. For my juniors, you need to have a notebook that is dedicated just to this class, okay? We're going to be doing a lot of writing, a lot of note taking. Again, it's a skill that you have to survive not only senior year but also college and work and meetings that you have. So it's really important that we actually learn those skills. We practice our handwriting, and then we get away from the computer. So, juniors, you need to have one of these three options. You can have a spiral notebook, a composition notebook, or a three-ring binder with paper. Totally up to you and your preference. Freshmen, you need to have a three-ring binder with paper. That's the notes and the journals that you're going to be taking, but we also have a lot of print materials that we're going to need to three-hole punch and stick in your binder. So please make sure that juniors and freshmen, you have this by Tuesday next week. If for some reason you can't afford one, you can't get one, please email me. I'd love to help you. I do have a couple of materials that I can give to you, but I don't want anybody to not have it because they don't have access to something like this. Okay. So no judgment at all. Just email me if this is going to be hard for you. Okay, next. Again, unfortunately, I'm not in the classroom with you, but I kind of want to give you ideas of how the class is going to function once I'm actually in there with you guys. So at the beginning of each class period, when you come in, there's going to be something that looks exactly like this on the screen. It's going to have on the left side all the materials that you need for class, whether you need a Chromebook or your notebook or highlighters or your phone. It's all going to be there as well as the homework that hopefully is or isn't going to be there. I don't really assign homework unless it's something that we haven't finished in class. So just know that homework really isn't a part of this class. You also have the agenda of what's going to be going on that day. So today we would have gone through good things, and then you're going to watch a YouTube video and a future letter to yourself, and that's what we're doing today in class, or what you're doing with the sub. And then the bell ringer. The bell ringer usually is the thing that when you come into class and you look on the screen, before the bell even rings, I expect that you're starting on this. Most of the time, it's going to be 10 minutes of free reading. And next week, we're going to go into the library and choose our reading books. Or sometimes it might be a journal response, okay? But just know that the bell ringer usually will always be 10 minutes of free reading so that by the time you sit in class and the bell has rung, your book is out and you're ready to read. 55 minutes isn't a lot of class time, so we have to make sure that we get started on all of the things that we need to do so that we have time to cover what we need, okay? So that usually, for all of my classes, it's going to be something that looks like this at the very beginning. And it's your responsibility to walk into class, to look there, and to get ready before the bell rings. Okay, what are we doing today? The sub is going to play this video for you, and it's what did the world look like according to Google in 2020. So it kind of recaps all of the major events that happened on the news, socially, politically, all of that type of stuff. So you guys are going to watch that. And after you watch it, you guys are going to, whoops, I don't want to play that right now. You guys are going to write a letter to your future self. So for juniors, you're going to write a letter to yourself that will be given back to you by me at the end of this year. And freshmen, you'll be doing the same exact thing, and I will give it to you at the end of your freshman year. This is not going to be read by anybody except for you. I'm not reading it. I literally am going to have you guys write this, immediately put it and seal it in an envelope, and I will hold on to it until the end of the year. But I want you to be honest. How do you feel right now? Are you hating the idea that you're in school? Are you terrified for English class or a science class or a math class? How do you feel about this last year? For some of you guys, this last year was hard, and for others, it might have been nice. What are you hoping that by the end of this year you feel like, or things that you've accomplished? What do you hope? What advice do you want yourself to remember from the beginning of the year? If I was writing this, I'd probably talk about that I'm nervous for grad school. I'm really upset that I can't be in class with you guys right now. and that I hope to remember that I made it through 2020 of online teaching and being quarantined and locked away. And if I can make it through that, then Lord willing, I'll be able to make it through other things in my life when issues arise. Um, you're going to spend 20 minutes in class on doing this, okay? So take your time. Don't rush through this. Um, Fill out the whole sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It doesn't have to be this beautiful, sonnet or play. Just be honest. This is a great way to record where you're feeling, because at the end of the year, it's going to be pretty neat once you've forgotten all about this assignment to open up that letter that's written to you and your future self, right? And see how far you've come. Because I can guarantee you, a year from now, you guys will all be a little bit more mature, a little bit more learned, a little bit more capable. And to see how far that takes you in a year is going to be pretty cool. So take this seriously, but don't stress about any of the grammar or eloquency of this, okay? So you'll have the whole class to do this. Please make sure that you fold up your letter and you ask the sub for the envelope. And when you put your letter in, when you seal the envelope, that you put your name on top of that and then hand it back to the sub, okay? Good luck.